Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of September, right through the end of October 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, but I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, and I'm also clairaudient, and they're giving me a song that is, it's a very famous song. It's from many, many years ago. I'll just give you what they're giving me of the song, okay? When you're feeling sad and low, okay, spice up your life. So they're giving me like pockets of this song. They're not giving me the whole song. So I feel this is something you need to pay attention to. So, I mean, it stands to reason. The lyrics are literally like, if you're not feeling it in your career, it's time to spice things up a little bit. I do feel things are going to get a little bit spicy in your career. That's really about, you know, rediscovering your passion for what you do, or perhaps stepping into something new that's going to inspire you, and it's going to be thrilling, and it's going to take you on the next part of your journey in your career. So some of you may have felt like you're in a repetitive cycle where things have just got, you know, same, a little bit like you've hit a glass ceiling in some area of your career and you're trying to open yourself up to something new. I mean, you've got the Chariot card there, which indicates some of you have been feeling a bit of a loss of direction, or you've just been feeling that you've been coasting. Because it's in the resistance position, it indicates some of you may feel that you've grounded to a halt or to a certain level in your career, and you want to take it to the next level, but you feel that either circumstances are preventing you. You're leading there to the Empress, which basically means you're stepping into a leadership position, or into a position where you're going to be very busy, very productive, and your skill set is going to be recognized and rewarded. So I feel like whatever it is you're working towards, you are on target. But some of you may change your approach or direction, or you're doing a little bit of soul searching this month, for the next couple of weeks actually, where you are just checking in with the path that you've taken so far, where you are right now, and what steps you need to take in order to get to the next part of your career set. I mean, you're very ambitious this month. I definitely see that you are regaining energy, motivation, drive, and focus. You're very clear about your intentions. Some of you may even return to something that you used to love doing, because I feel there's this energy here of things have got very strict within your working environment, especially since you've got the Hierophant there and you've got the 6 of Cups. So some of you may feel that, you know, you are a beacon of light. You used to love what you do, and I feel like you don't really want to step away from that industry, but I feel there's something here where it's like you want to get back to enjoying what you used to do. Okay, I feel so perhaps the environment that you work in right now, there's more like rules, regulations, or new policies that have come in, new management even, and you just feel like things have got very severe, or, you know, nobody really has fun. There's no workers' morale anymore. And you may be like trying to see if there's anything else out there to connect to, that perhaps you can work with like-minded people, or just feel like you rediscovered that passion for what you do. I mean, look at the protagonist energy there. We've got the Hierophant and the Hierophant. So I feel some of you have taken a very traditional route to do something, and I feel you are a maverick. You're someone who thinks outside the box. You've got unique ideas. you've got a certain way of doing things that perhaps other people, they like to stay stuck in a routine, and you get bored of routine. Okay, so I really get a sense here that you are bucking a trend. Some of you are very ambitious and you're putting yourself on a course of learning on how to do something new or upskill in some way to bring in more finances, or to put yourself in a position to forge ahead, or even to take on a new role. I mean, looking at your cards, you are destined for success here. Okay, you may have felt temporarily grounded, or that something is not moving in the right direction, but your final card is a Chariot. So I feel that you are becoming unstuck in your career. Okay, and I feel like your knowledge is setting you free and helping you fly. But there is a potential that song has some sort of relevance. I mean, you may hear it over the coming weeks or months that indicate some sort of opportunity coming in, or some sort of change in your career sector where things get a little bit spicy in a good way, and you step into some sort of new position where you command respect, where you get more money, and you're recognized for your talents and skills. Because I definitely see you checking in with value, how you value yourself, whether you feel like you're being fairly paid for the effort that you put in, but also for the skill set that you've got. And with the Hierophant there, I mean, it says the Pope, but it is the Hierophant there, that indicates that you are someone who has a lot of knowledge already. And some of you are in training, or you're thinking about putting yourself back to college, or even, picking up some knowledge online about how to upskill. This is also a card of having faith. Okay, so I definitely see that you are trying to tap into that sense of intuition, where you are believing that you're going to get to where you want to go. Because remember, believe and receive. That is such an important mantra to have. The Hierophant also indicates that some of you are taking a traditional route, or you're looking at a traditional route to take in order to move towards your goal, but I actually see you doing something different. Now, you may take like a sidestep or a different approach to something that you do already, and it sets you free and it helps you to get to where you want to go. Ultimately, I see you restructuring your career in some way, or making some sort of new changes that welcome in something better. Now, this could be a new role that you're stepping into. So even if you're staying where you are in your career right now, or if you work for a company, for example, you're staying there, I feel like there is a door or a window of opportunity where a new role becomes available. And this is a promotion that you are going to achieve. Okay, this helps you move forward. It helps with your ambition. It's the next step up. And I feel like there's success here, lots of triumph, and you're going to celebrate something in your career as well. But ultimately, the Hierophant indicates that there are also people in very high positions of power that want to elevate you. People are noticing your skill set. And if you do work for yourself, I feel your peers or people in your industry can see that you are a force to be reckoned with, that you are really a talent that is shining bright for everyone to see. Okay, I mean, you got the Hierophant twice here. So, you tend to not like to be bogged down with rules and regulations, and I feel like you're trying to find an alternative way of doing something, but I also feel like you're learning. Okay, because the Hierophant is about being a mentor. And some of you may be even thinking about what you do and how you can either create a mentorship or even create a course online to help other people, but at the same time to reap financial rewards, almost like a passive income. So I feel like you're a pro at what you do already, and you have knowledge to give to other people. So some of you may be thinking about becoming a teacher or a mentor, or you may even find a mentor, but I really get, because it's your protagonist energy, I feel like you're looking at you, your skill set, and how you can use your knowledge to help other people, and in so doing, earn more money. Okay, so it's almost like I'm just getting an energy of earn and learn as well. So some of you may even be stepping into an apprenticeship over the next couple of weeks. But if you have been in training for something, I definitely see you getting a high qualification. So congratulations. And I definitely see you achieving your goals. Now, let me just pull a card on the Hierophant, because the Hierophant can represent a contract or a bond between an establishment, so it could be that you're being offered a contract for a lucrative deal. You've got the Sun card there, so I feel like you are learning to have confidence in your skill set and that you are shining your light, because you are unique. You can't be anybody else. Okay, so I definitely see that you are allowing your skill set to shine, that you're peacocking yourself. You're not like overly promoting your work, but I definitely see that you are standing out head and shoulders above the rest. So strength card equals confidence, being bold, being daring. Perhaps some of you are actually, looking at your career in a new light and how you can make certain changes that are going to be different and daring. You're going against the norm. You're going against the usual practices or the traditional way of doing something. So because it's the Hierophant, you got it twice. Some of you are doing something totally different than what your family have done before. And I really get a sense that you are going from strength to strength. You're going to be very successful. And, this figure literally puts their hand in the lion's mouth. Something daring, something like once in a lifetime opportunity. And I feel that, success is going to happen for you. With the Two of Pentacles, this could be a second stream of income that you're launching, or you're learning how to have a second stream of income. Also, the Two of Pentacles is really about not just two streams of income coming in, but it can also indicate that it's consistency that you are focusing on, that your determination, your drive, your motivation is returning, and the passion for what you do is going to take you to where you want to go. Now, financially, Two of Pentacles indicates that some of you are, juggling, paying bills and, working, and, some of you may be restructuring your finances or looking at your budget. I also see that some of you are trying to find balance between work and play, but there are two opportunities coming in for you to elevate in your career. I also see some of you returning to something that you used to love doing, whether it was like a pipe dream that you had when you were younger, or maybe it was that you wanted to earn a certain amount of money and you wanted to purchase something. When you were younger, you're like, when I get older and I've made loads of money, I'm going to purchase one of these for myself. I just get this sense that you're going to reach that goal. Okay, because it's something from childhood here that you promised yourself, you're going to make it. And I see you making it, okay? Now, of course, we do have the Sun card. So you've got your eye on the prize, which is success, okay? The Sun card indicates victory, triumph, but also it's about positivity. So I feel like you're changing your mindset and believing in yourself. I really get this sense of believe and receive happening in the next 6 weeks. And I feel this energy of, if you have been feeling grounded in your career, or you felt a little bit confused about the next steps on your path, or even if you've been unhappy where you're at, you're going to be very happy in the next 6 weeks. I definitely see that your knowledge is the key to your success, and I feel like you're outshining any competition, or you're being recognized for what it is that you bring to the table. I also see that you're bringing like a very joyful approach to your career, and whenever you get the Sun card in a reading, it indicates material happiness as well. So I feel like you're attracting a lot of abundance right now too. And now we do have the Chariot card. It's in the resistance position. So as I said, some of you may have felt that you've been searching for direction, or you felt that there have been some delays in your career. Some of you, especially with the Six of Cups present, you may feel that people you work for or the industry that you're in has unrealistic expectations of you. So I feel like you may have been very, very busy. You may have felt pushed and pulled in many different directions. You've got a lot on your plate, and there always seems to be work to be done. Okay, and the Chariot card in this position indicates that some of you want to take a bit of a pause, or you want to recharge your batteries, and this allows you to focus on your direction, on the next steps that you want to take, and really gather that momentum, because I feel some of you, you've been having a very testing time, and you may have felt that things are not happening as quickly as you'd hoped for, and it may have made you lose a little bit of motivation. Sometimes we have an idea of what we want, we work really hard towards it, and I can definitely see that you're doing that, and you're even learning along the way. And some of you may feel, you know what, all this effort, is it worth it? Because it seems that you're on the go all the time, and you're not seeing physical, tangible results, but you will start to see that because the Empress is present. Male or female, not a gender specific reading, it's about the energy. The Empress is someone who values the skill set that they've got, the ideas that are already in motion, because there's something in motion here already that you're already connected to that is going to bear fruit. It's going to be very successful, and there are lots of opportunities here for more abundance. I feel like it's almost like you're branching out. So I feel whatever it is that you do, it's not just going to be the one thing that you do. Later on, if I just get later on, you're about to either launch something, which is a second stream of income, because you've got a card of duality there with that Chariot card. So I feel some of you will have a couple of fingers in many pies, and I see there's like double streams of income coming in for you. So if you're launching a new lucrative idea, or whether you are deciding to leave a position in order to step up into a new position, I definitely see there's two streams of income. So for example, if you are in a job at the moment and you're moving into a new position, I feel even that has two streams of income. So it may be that there is like your usual take-home pay, and then there is an incentive. Okay, I mean, it could be like commission, for example, or it could be a bonus coming in, or even maybe a raise. I just see two streams of income attached to one position. So I don't know what that means. I can only try to guess at what that means. So I'm just giving you that's coming through. And some of you may actually be launching an entrepreneurship where you take ownership of a business and you take it in the direction that you're hoping to achieve. And I see you being successful there. Okay. Now we do have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups in the resistance position indicates that sometimes you also take on too much work. Okay, Six of Cups is to find balance, and it's really important that you do that. But also the Six of Cups indicates that some of you think back to a time where you really enjoyed what you did. And I feel like it's the security of the good old days. I feel like you're launching something new, or you're moving into uncharted territory, and you may feel a little bit nervous about the next steps of your career, but I feel it's a really good move, whatever move you're making. Six of Cups can also indicate that someone from your past, and I'm just going to pull a card on this. I feel like someone from your past, this could be someone that you used to work with. It could be someone that you used to go to college with. This person, I feel like they have an opportunity to offer you, but I feel you'll have to travel. Now, this could be overseas. It could also be in a different state, or maybe it's a little bit further afield. There's something attached to this offer. It could even be like a business partnership that they offer you. But I feel you'll have to travel for it. And some of you may not want to do that. It's up to you, my beautiful Aries. The Lover's card, yeah. So as I said, a partnership. Someone's thinking about setting something up. They think that you would be a great business partner. You have a choice here. I feel like you have more control in this position. I feel that, your expertise, knowledge is required. This person sees you have skills that they do not have, and they think that you'll be super organized, and they see that you're a natural born leader, and they see that you're a pro. So you may be headhunted, or there's this person who remembers you. So it could be like an old boss who says, you know what, I'd love you to come on my team. Or it could be like someone that, you vibe really well with, that you know from your past, that is setting something up and requires your skill set. So I definitely see that you could be in talks with a person to set something up. This could even be the second stream of income that is showing up strongly in your reading. Some of you, it may even be like a friend or a person from your family unit, someone you trust. King of Swords is, to be very clear, but also be very rational, to take emotion out of a situation, especially if you know this person really well, and make sure that you have a contract drawn up, because there could be changes later on. I don't see anything untoward going on there, but it's always good to protect yourself there as well. Yeah, so it just feels like someone wants you to come and work for them. Okay, so, but also work with them. So it's almost like if it was a business partnership, I get an energy that they would probably have something like 60%, and then you'd be 40% in the business. So I don't know. I just feel like the person who's offering the opportunity owns more of a share, but you may do more of the work. So just watch out for that, okay? Eight of Pentacles is a card of hard work, but also focus. And I do feel with the Eight of Pentacles, it's about, either learning a new craft or a skill, but also it's about applying the knowledge that you have in order to accomplish your goal. Eight of Pentacles can also indicate that some of you feel a little bit stuck in a rut. Same old thing, just a different day, and it's like you want to change. You want something new. You want something more spontaneous, something a little bit more enjoyable. Now, this could come as simple as you're changing your approach to your career or what you do in your everyday circumstances, just to make sure that you feel excited about what you do, okay? That you feel motivated and passionate about what you do. But for some of you, it's a plain old move, especially since you got the Death card there, which can indicate something is ending for you because you're creating space for something better. We do have the Nine of Cups. It's in the resistance position. I feel with this energy that you are aware that you have to take some sort of traditional routes to get to where you want to go, but at the same time, use your own unique skill set. The fact that you think outside the box, you're a maverick, you still have those talents and skills that you can apply to a very traditional route and still stand out head and shoulders above the rest. The Nine of Cups indicates in this position that you're aware that you can't fast track this career, okay, that you're in it for the long haul. Ultimately, you will receive a wish, or you're going to get the goal that you have been striving hard to obtain. And I feel that they're actually giving me this sentence: dreams do come true. Dreams do come true. But what I feel for you in particular, my beautiful Aries, is you recognize it's not just a dream. It's not just a goal. It's an intention that you're going to make a reality. I feel like you're forging ahead, that you are going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I feel that things are going to pick up pace for you at the end of October. And there's some major changes that are happening. Stand true to who you are and value your skill set. Be confident in what you have to offer, because there is a potential here where you get to negotiate a better deal. Okay, so that's coming out strongly. So you may have, an appraisal in the next 6 weeks, and I feel that the people who are giving this appraisal, they're really happy with your work. And this is a prime time to ask whether there is any movement in the company where you can level up to the next stage or into a new position, or if there's any more financial opportunities available to you. And I definitely see that one will be offered to you because they don't want to lose you, okay? Now also, if you work for yourself, I really get a sense here that there may be some policies changing, or there may be something that you have to change and be flexible in regarding the way that you work. So this could, for example, oh, thanks so much, I'm so grateful. Oh, now, nobody likes to hear this. So, for example, if you work from home or you work in like an office that you've rented yourself, whatever it is, there may be the potential here for there to be either some sort of like roadworks outside, or people who are like outside your office talking, who are not connected to you or your business, and they're going to be pretty loud, distracting. I feel there's a potential for distraction in the middle of October. This may frustrate you. Some of you may decide to, if it's going to be a long-term thing, you may actually decide to move offices, or that's just coming out there briefly. So I just want you to be aware. Okay, nobody likes to hear that, but I do see it will end by the end of the year is what I'm seeing. So it's up to you. I'm going to move on from that energy because that's very precise. The Empress energy indicates you already have plans in motion, ideas that you've been birthing to life, and now is a time to receive reward for it. You're going to see the fruits of your labor show up on the physical plane. The Empress card also is a card of, you are brimming with potential and possibility, and there are some opportunities coming your way. There's two in particular that you're going to have to choose from. And I feel like your knowledge is putting you ahead of everybody else. Don't doubt your skill set. Also, with the Empress card, this is a card of checking in with yourself and acknowledging whether you are valued where you're at. So if you feel that you're underestimated, undervalued, or not recognized for the skill set that you've got, or even underpaid, I definitely see that you're making some adjustments in your career, and you may leave a place if you feel like you are utilizing your skill set, but you're not actually making any progress. So I feel like you may actually put your resume out there and see if there's any other opportunities. I see that as a candidate, you shine above competition. So if you are going up for an interview, recognize that you are going to be very successful. You're going to get, what do you call it? A second interview for a couple of jobs, okay? You make a really good impression. And also your reputation stands for itself. You've got a very good resume. That's the energy that I've got coming through. But ultimately, you are a likable person. And I feel the second interview establishes that you are a likable person, as well as having the skill set and the talents and gifts for what they need. Okay. Now, of course, if you're an entrepreneur, very creative time for you. I feel like you're going to be very busy, very productive. This is a card that indicates that you are naturally gifted and you're nurturing those skills to level up in your career. I definitely get an energy of you elevating. So whether you're working for an establishment or you're working for yourself, I see you moving up the ladder. This could be into a promotion or into a position of power where you command more money, more respect for your skill set, and you lead. So you could be leading a team, or you could be actually, stepping into like a CEO role as well there. I feel like you're protected in your position as well. And the crown indicates to know. So I feel like you know that you will be successful. Belief is half the battle. So believing in yourself, you will receive the rewards as well there. Now, also the Empress energy is about making sure you work in a healthy environment, as well as making sure you approach your work in a healthy way. So that means, not taking on too much, making sure that you have balance between, a private life where you have fun, as well as, enjoying your work. But ultimately, I feel you're looking at whether you work in a toxic environment or whether you work in an environment that supports your skills and nurtures what you have to offer. And ultimately, if you feel that you do not, definitely you're leaving that position, okay? Now, this is a calculated move I see happening on your behalf. The Death card symbolizes the end of something, but the beginning of something wonderful and new. And I definitely see that. Look at that. This is a very important reading because you've got the Hierophant twice. And as you see the Death card there, it's standing up to the Hierophant. So I feel like you are looking at a traditional route or a traditional way of doing something, and you're bucking a trend. You're saying, no, I'm not doing it that way. I've got an interesting way to do it. You've got a different way of looking at things. And I feel like you're making some bold moves in your career that is going to be very exciting. Also, the Death card symbolizes that you're cutting out things that don't work for you anymore. So even if you stay where you're at, or you're deciding that you enjoy what you do, but you just feel like there's no room for maneuver, or that there are certain practices that perhaps waste your time, whether it's a filing system, whether it's an electronic program. You may feel these are outdated practices. You may want to upgrade your software or a way of doing something so that you're more time efficient. Also, if you feel that there's no room for maneuver in your career sector where you're at right now, I feel like you're making waves. You're making a path to get to the next level. So whether that's you taking yourself out to another establishment by putting your resume out there, going for interviews, or whether you are actually, I get a sense here that you've got some friends in very high places here. Okay, so I do see that there are people in positions of power that want to elevate you. So even if there's nothing available right now in terms of a promotion, I feel like they're keeping an eye on you and they want to elevate you. And I feel like there is going to be a position made available. Okay. Also, for some of you, there is going to be a person who returns to a working environment. Now, it could be that you are returning to a working environment after a period of taking a pause, or some of you may have just got married and went on a honeymoon and you're returning, or there's an energy here of you going on vacation and returning to work and you're trying to just get back in the flow of things. I feel it's given you an opportunity to take a step back, see the bigger picture, and recognize what changes you want to make in your career. Because of course the Death card is change. And some of you may even see lots of restructuring energy going on in your career sector, whether it's in the establishment that you work for, or whether it is, within, a career sector that you work in. So even if you're an entrepreneur, I see some changes to either regulations or rules coming on in that, or even policies that will change the way that you work, and you got to be flexible. Okay. Eventually they will work for you. You'll get into the flow of it and you'll enjoy it. But ultimately the Chariot card, it sort of hints to you to remain flexible. Okay. Now the Chariot card is your final card, success. breakthrough opportunities and being in charge of your career, having a lot of ambition that will take you to where you want to go. Also, in terms of your finances, I see a lot of you, being stricter with your budgets. I see that you are keeping a tight rein on your finances. This energy is showing up for every sign. So it is a sign of the times right now. Of course, things are increasing in price and wages are not particularly increasing. So I definitely see that some of you are setting up second streams of income or utilizing your creative gifts in order to bring in more wealth or launch something. I definitely get a sense here with the Chariot card that suddenly you know the direction you want to take your career in, because the Sun card, it tells me that you're getting clarity, that you are deciding where you want to go, and then you're taking action to make it happen, because you're a really hard worker. You don't sit back and relax and wait for things to come to you. You're the sort of person who has a go-getting spirit. You make things happen. You're a fire element. So I feel like that passion returns for your career, and I feel like you're taking things to the next level, because this is a card of willpower, assertion, energy, victory, success, and commitment to your goals and dreams. And you're the sort of person who makes dreams become a reality. So I definitely see that happening for you there. I want to just tap into some of you. There is an opportunity here for you to travel with your work. So some of you may be trying to be more nomadic in your career. You may be wanting to take things online so that you can work anywhere in the world. I definitely see this is happening for you if that's something that's on your mind. You may be learning how to do that, but you will put that knowledge into practice and it will become a reality. For some of you, you may even get an opportunity offered to you where you have to travel in some way, and you'll have to make a choice as to whether you want to do that. You'll have to let go of something that you're already connected to, whether it's a position or whether it's an establishment, in order to take that opportunity, but it will be very lucrative and rewarding. However, you may need to move away from family or from someone in particular that you really deeply care about, and it may make you feel a little bit anxious about doing that. So it's your call what you do with that. Excuse me. The Eight of Swords, it's that card of feeling stuck. And the Knight of Pentacles. Now, it's interesting because I shuffled before, and I don't know if you noticed, but there was a card that popped out. It sort of flipped a little bit in the deck before, and then I sort of put it back in because it didn't completely flip out. Well, I saw what it was. I hope you saw what it was on the camera. If you didn't, it was a Knight of Pentacles. So it was meant to come out for you no matter what. The Eight of Swords, some of you are feeling a little bit stuck or stagnant in your career. You may feel that you've had a bit of brain fog, or you may have even felt that there's been no ideas coming to you. That's because you're exhausted. But also the Eight of Swords is a card of feeling that you've hit a glass ceiling in your career, or you've come as far as you can in a certain department or a certain way of working, and something needs to change. I definitely see that you're putting a lot of effort in, and the Knight of Pentacles indicates you're very hardworking and you proceed with integrity. Your perseverance will take you to the top. I get an energy here of your stamina and dedication. It actually will pay off. Your efforts will pay off. There's financial reward here, but I see something being offered to you financially. So there is more money coming on in for you, but I see that you're working really hard for it. Okay, I feel like you make it work through hard work. Also with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel that there's a slow moving energy. I feel, as I said, things pick up pace, right? So I feel suddenly there's like a lucrative deal being offered to you, but when that comes in, when you sign a contract, I feel then it's like you don't start that position for a little while after. So it's like not immediate. So that's what I mean by things pick up pace, like an opportunity rushes in, but then when you get the deal, there's like a slow process for you to start. Or it just feels like, it just feels like you start it a little bit later on. I hope that makes sense. That's the energy that I've got coming out. But ultimately, there's more money coming in. And I feel like you tend to do your best. You never leave a job unfinished. And I see that you are going to be recognized for your skill set. And there is something being offered to you that is financially lucrative. Okay, so quite excited about your journey. It looks really, really positive. Learning is going to be very lucrative for you. So if you have planned to put yourself on a new course of learning, or you're returning to something that you started to learn but stopped and moved away from it, even if it's like a language. For example, if you started learning a language and you thought, you know, you're going to pause it for a little while and come back to it, I feel like you will use that skill. It could be very lucrative for you long term. Okay, they're just telling me there's a flipper, so I can't see that. Oh yeah, they're right. Spotlight. Interesting. That was flipped in the deck for you. Spotlight. You got the Sun card there, so you are going to be in the spotlight for success, but also for your skill set. You're going to be recognized for your gifts. Okay, so rich and famous. So if some of you want to be in the spotlight in that way, then you're definitely going to be in that level of spotlight. So there's an opportunity coming in. Again, it's like it gets offered to you, but you won't do the project or film the project or whatever it is you do, paint the project, whatever it is, you won't do it until later on. Okay, it says lucky break, star power, influencer, and entertainer. So on a more localized level, because not everybody wants to be famous, but I feel like your reputation speaks for itself. Okay, I really get a sense here that you are going to have a lucky break and that you are in a really good position to command more money, more status, more power. Okay, you're not being egotistical. I feel like you naturally have these gifts. And by believing in yourself and your gifts, you've just got that energy about you that you command more, okay? You've got this something, something. Not everybody has that something, something. Sometimes we can't even put a finger on that something, something. But when a person walks through a door, you know that they've got it. And you've got it, okay? We've also got float away. And it says here, winds of change blow. Okay, so, I mean, with the death card there, there's definitely stuff changing in your career sector. There could be restructures within management, especially since you've got the Hierophant card twice. Could also be restructures within where you physically are located. I mean, some of you may have to work from home if there's some sort of restructure going on there. But it says here, lofty goals in the clouds, drifting, hot air, and quest. Okay, so I feel like you're elevating, but you have your plans grounded. That's what the Knight of Pentacles kind of means. It's like your plans are rooted in reality. You're being, you know, practical and honest with yourself. And it can indicate that you are being realistic, determined, and hardworking, and that you are going to elevate regardless. But as you see, you know, this is a hot air balloon. It requires fire, that passion. It requires that hot, you know, spicy energy to elevate. So I do feel that your career is going to be a little bit more spicier than usual. And I feel like as a result, you will, you know, succeed in your endeavors and you will elevate. And finally, we have wish granted. You know, I think I even said that because you've got a 9 of Cups here. Wish granted. This is the wish delivering card. So this is a double deck signifying that you will get your goals. It says prayers answered, miracles, patience, ask for more, and luck. So, you know, I'm not blowing smoke up your you know what. The energy from your reading is saying that you can command more. Now, you're not saying with ego, I demand more. You're actually standing true in your power and saying, you know what? I bring a lot to the table of my career. So therefore, I should be fairly recompensed for that. There should be a fair exchange. So I definitely see that you're looking at what you had to offer and making sure that you get your just desserts, your just rewards, okay? So definitely some lucky break happening for you, a wish being granted. This all is very, very positive. So I'm very excited about the next steps of your career. So I'm just going to get a rune before we close. And we have the elk rune, okay? Now, this elk rune indicates that you do have important friends in high places, okay? But also this indicates a future success, lots of optimism, and I'm just getting an energy here of something that you've been fighting for or training for. You're going to be very fortunate, okay? But this is about your soul mission. They're giving me this is about your soul mission. So if some of you feel very isolated, that you're working alone towards something, you will find your soul tribe. You will find people who vibe at the same frequency as you, who are working towards something that support you. And finally, we've got, I'm loving this. This is the wheel rune. This connects to the wheel of fortune, but also this is about the journey. And it indicates that there is some sort of good message being delivered for you, that you're on the right path, you're taking the right action, you're in control of your destiny, and you're going to have a little bit of luck along the way. This rune connects to career. Okay, so very, very important. I feel like you are finding direction, and the next steps on your path are going to be very, very successful and lucrative. And even if you came to this reading and you're currently looking for a job and you have no job at this moment in time, I feel by the end of October, you will have been up for 2 opportunities that both like what you have to offer. And I feel you get to pick the best of the bunch. Okay, but you must believe and receive. Have confidence in your wonderful skill set. You are above the competition, okay? So I'm leaving it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Aries. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.